Staying positive during the job search is going to be critical to your overall job search success. However, it can be hard when you feel like you're facing rejection after rejection, when there's a lot of competition for the same role that you're applying to, or you're feeling overwhelmed by the need to network and not feeling like it's going anywhere. Hey, I'm Abby, and welcome back to the Life Work Balance YouTube channel. Today I want to talk you through the steps that you can take to help yourself keep a positive mindset during the job search process. Now, while I am here on YouTube talking to you as a career coach, I have a background in clinical mental health counseling. So these tips and techniques are rooted in psychological and mental health research and theory to help you stay positive and resilient during the job search process. If you're looking forward to learning these tips and techniques, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can receive life work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Consistently, among job seekers, the most successful job seekers tend to have one thing in common, and that is their ability to stay positive in the face of challenges and setbacks. They engage in something called positive framing, which is framing a situation that can be challenging, that can have obstacles, barriers, or even failures in a positive way versus thinking of them in a negative way. Rather than viewing obstacles as setbacks, people who engage in positive framing view obstacles as challenges, as opportunities for learning, growth, and improvement. So some examples of positive versus negative framing in the job search might be when you're rejected after an interview. The way to positively frame this rejection could be, this rejection is a chance to learn and improve my interview skills. I'll ask for feedback and use that feedback to better prepare for the next opportunity. The negative framing of experiencing rejection after an interview might sound like this. I didn't get the job because I'm not good enough. They didn't like me. This process is pointless and discouraging. I think I'm going to give up. Another common thing that job seekers will face during the job search process is likely silence from employers. You've applied to a job, silence. You've applied to a job, you've gotten an interview, silence. People who engage in positive framing might view that silence like this. Silence means I need to follow up and show my continued interest. It's also an opportunity to apply to more positions and expand my options. People who get stuck in the negative framing process and see this as a barrier and an obstacle rather than as an opportunity might frame silence like this. They're not getting back to me because they aren't interested. I'm probably never going to get a response. So I hope you can see the small difference between those who see things in a positive way and those who might see things in more of a negative way. Now, everyone likely has experience framing things positively and framing things negatively. When your job search is stressful, it can feel much easier to go to that negative framing place rather than that positive framing place. So let's talk through 5 tips to help you reframe your negative thoughts or your negative self-talk into positive thoughts or positive self-talk. First, let's try to reframe rejections as redirections. Instead of thinking, I keep getting rejected, I'm never going to find a job, tell yourself that each rejection is actually bringing you closer to the job that is the best fit or the right fit for you. Remind yourself that each experience, even if it is rejection, is an opportunity for you to learn and grow. That learning opportunity will allow you to do better and feel more comfortable in the next opportunity. The second tip is to celebrate your progress, not just focus on celebrating the outcome of getting a new job. Instead of focusing on the fact that you didn't get the job, focus on the effort that you put in through this process and the growth that you experienced. So you can tell yourself that I may not have landed that position, but I gained valuable interview practice and I learned or honed my skills so that I can be better during my next interview. The third tip is to replace the I can't phrases with I'm learning. When you're faced with challenges, instead of telling yourself I can't do this, shift that thinking to I'm learning and I'm improving every step of the way. This process is part of my growth. The fourth tip to help yourself shift from negative thinking and self-talk to positive thinking and self-talk is focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. If you catch yourself thinking, I'm not qualified enough, I'm not good enough, replace that thinking with telling yourself that I am unique. I have unique skills and experiences that add value to this role, this team, and this organization. I am continually learning and improving, and we'll find a position where I will be able to provide this value and they will appreciate my unique skills and experience. And fifth, visualize your success rather than fearing failure. Shift your mindset from what if I fail or what if this interview goes terribly to what if I succeed? What if this is the best interview I've ever had? Picture yourself succeeding in this job search. Picture yourself having a killer interview. Picture yourself receiving interviews, receiving offers. Having this positive visualization of success will help fuel your confidence, and that confidence will come through in the job search. Now, these 5 tips will help you maintain a positive outlook, boost your confidence, and improve your resilience during the job search process. Now, those are general tips to help you improve your positive thinking, specifically during the job search. Now, if you're starting to notice that you are thinking more negatively than positively more often than not, then I have 5 easy, tangible things that you can do to help train your brain to think positively rather than negatively. First, practice positive affirmations on a daily basis. Create a list of positive affirmations that counter or contradict your most common negative thoughts. These could be things like, I am capable, I am worthy of success. Put these positive affirmations places where you will see them on a regular basis. Put them on your mirror in the bathroom. Maybe you write them on small sticky notes that you put around your computer screen. And recite these affirmations daily, and especially before things like job interviews or when you submit a job application. Reciting these affirmations, training your brain to believe these positive affirmations, will help shift your mindset more permanently towards positivity. Another thing that you can do that's a tangible tool to use every single day is something called cognitive restructuring. When a negative thought arises, like, I'm never going to get the job, or I'll never get hired, take that negative thought, write it down, and then challenge it by finding evidence against that negative thought. Replace that negative thought with a more balanced, positive statement. So if you are thinking, I'll never get hired, the more positive, balanced statement that you can challenge it with is, I haven't been hired yet, but I've learned a lot and my next opportunity could be right around the corner. The third tangible thing that you can do to improve your positive thinking is to use a thought journal. If you are someone who enjoys journaling or keeping track of information, a thought journal is a great way to track your thought patterns. Similarly to the cognitive restructuring, if you identify or recognize that you're having negative thoughts or negative patterns, you can write those down, and then you can identify positive, more balanced ways of challenging those negative thoughts. Reviewing your journal regularly and seeing those negative thought patterns turn into positive thought patterns will help you see the progress you're making and reinforce the importance of those positive thought patterns and thinking styles. The fourth tangible thing that you can do to help change your thinking style from more negative to positive is just visualizing success or visualizing positive outcomes. Make it a habit to visualize success before tackling challenging things like an interview or a networking event. Picture yourself succeeding, feeling confident, and performing well. Visualization will help your brain rewire so that it starts to expect more positive outcomes rather than negative outcomes. And finally, the fifth tangible thing that you can do to help change your negative thinking into more positive thinking is to set smaller, more achievable goals rather than huge ones. Break those big goals down into those smaller, more achievable pieces. By focusing on the small wins, those smaller pieces, you will build confidence and you will start to shift your thinking from I can't to I can, or I can't to I'm making progress. Celebrate those small wins to continually reinforce the belief in yourself and your capability. So these tips and techniques are based on things like cognitive behavioral therapy, where you identify that negative thought, you stop it and replace it with a more positive, helpful thought. It's also based on mindfulness, meditation, identifying and staying in the present, recognizing those negative thoughts and intentionally changing them to positive thoughts. This is also based on things like dialectical behavior therapy or DBT. DBT encourages the use of opposite action. especially when negative thoughts or negative emotions arise. If you experience negative thoughts and you want to quit applying to jobs, instead take a positive action and apply to one more job that you are excited about. These tips and tools are also pulled from self-compassion exercises and positive reframing that can be used in narrative therapy. So while this is not therapy, these are tangible tips and tools that you can utilize in your daily lives to help yourself stay more positive, increase your confidence, and improve your resilience during the job search process. If you found this helpful, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have any additional questions, comments, thoughts, or ideas on how to stay positive during the job search process, please put them in the comments box below. I love receiving comments and I'll do my best to respond to each of you individually, but if I'm not able to respond to you quickly, just know that your thoughts, your experiences, and the things that you share in the comments below will likely help someone else going through something similar in the future. If you are looking for some additional support with the job search process, whether it's applying to jobs and you're wanting someone to help you review your application materials, or you are in the interview stage and you're needing some additional help preparing for and strategizing for these upcoming interviews, please let me know. I have a limited number of slots available each week to work with people to help them prepare for these different job search phases, whether it's applying to jobs, strategizing for interviews, or even strategizing salary negotiation for the final hiring stage. So if this is something that you're interested in and you're looking for that additional support, please contact me today. I've linked to my website as well as my email in the description box below, and I would love to help you through this phase of your job search. If you haven't already, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the bell so that you can continue to receive life-work balance advice delivered directly to you every week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.